Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro. Hello, hello.
Good morning, everybody. Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. It's episode 536, and we're live streaming all the usual places. If you'd like to join us throughout the show, drop us a line. We're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and X. And we're also hanging out in the Adafruit Discord. Adafruit.gg. No, discord.gg/Adafruit is the URL for that. And we're hanging out there. So if you got any chats, questions, comments, GIFs, GIFs, memes, drop them in there. All that's good. We have a full show packed. We have a new project. We have a new prototype that's working. And that also has a learn guide in moderation and review. So hopefully we can get that published this week. So we'll have 2 guides hopefully this week. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and run through adafruit.com/free. Get through the freebies. If you order $99 or more, you're going to get a free PCB coaster. That's the golden, with the golden Adafruit logo. Orders of $149 or more, you get the PCB coaster plus the Adafruit KB2040. At the top tier at $199, you get the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and free UPS ground shipping for contiguous US only. Adafruit.com/free for all the details. They get automatically added to your cart, and while you're there, we have a special coupon code for folks that are watching the show live. Good for the next 24 hours starting today. Effects will get you 10% off your order. So take advantage of that before it expires tomorrow. Very good, very good. Pedro, you've been working on this flight tracker project, and it is a wrap. It is published on learn.adafruit.com. Why don't you walk us through the guide, and then we'll ask questions about it.
Yeah, we're launching the Moon flight tracker this week. Publish the video when we actually get some footage of the moon.
Yes, it's been tricky.
Going over. It's we're laughing about it being a classic human versus nature problem. Moon is now rising at night, setting right in the morning before I get up. So I've not been able to capture any of that. And compounding those problems is rain, overcast. We've got flood somewhere up there.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain. We got some flood warnings happening here up in the northeastern. And same here. Like it's literally raining outside right now, and there's no moon. So it's really difficult to get a shot. I mean, it is a 1 in a million shot, but the device at least tells you when, it could possibly get some moon sighting. So we'll figure out when the stars line up, so we can get some real hero shots of it. But you do get the other half of the project is, of course, tracking flights in this really cool interface in this cool round display. So that's really cool.
Yeah. So that is all working right now. And whoops, let me get out of edit mode.
Get out of there. Get out of edit mode.
My preview.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I just published the guide so you guys can build your own, maybe get some shots, send them over, see if you're able to have more luck in your location. This is a flight tracker for planes that specifically is doing calculations when they go in front of the moon to give you alerts. It'll give you a nice little stroke right here, right when it's going. The trajectory is going to take it right over, or if it's flying nearby. And it's using the ADSB open source tracker network. So it can pull up any of the flights in there along with the flight info, the moon. So you got a couple screens here. You have the, on the screen, you'll have the radar, your list of flights, of course, all of the moon info. And then you even have a spot here to add your location, your zip code. So you can, so it can track or calculate what planes are going to fly over or be close. So you can identify what's going on. This is all running on a 2.1 round touch display with a Qualia ESP32-S3. So you got a nice amount of RAM and PSRAM to be able to run everything. All this is coded in CircuitPython, so easy to edit, even down to the UI. You can like change the colors and the radius and all that, like the frequency of when the flights go by. And it's pretty easy. Just a couple of parts here, the Qualia, the round display, the little tripod parts if you need, a couple of screws, and then this super cool 3-port cold shoe mount, which I never knew existed. If you actually want to set it up with your camera, it's a cool way to attach a couple of different things with the little swivel tripod mount to get shots going. Little circuit diagram here of how everything is connected, which is literally just the ribbon cable going into the little socket here. Have a little paragraph here on how it is set up. The little contacts, you just want to make sure that those are connected properly. So you can that's powered up and going. CircuitPython page is a little boilerplate of how to set up your Qualia S3. Super easy. We didn't have to do any of the crazy firmware.
Yeah, the boot.py, it's special boot.py.
So it's super easy to download and update here. This little rundown of how everything is coded with a nice little breakdown of all of the editables, a little settings toggle to add your UTC offsets for your location, and a couple of the knobs to edit here. So your radius for the UI, with the clocks are displayed. And then, of course, the ever important demo mode. If you want to visualize what that looks like, just enter in 6-7 in the keypad to have a little fake plane go by. You can visualize what that looks like. 3D printing is also super easy. Just 3 parts. You got your lid, your little snap mount, and then the case itself for the 2.1 round inch display. Got links to the STLs, which is that code. Let's see. What does that look like? So you have a nice little explosion of our visual here.
Looks like it's loading. Yep.
I should have loaded this before the show.
That's fine. Real time. How fast to load?
See how fast are these servers? There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So it's got the PCB and all the parts.
Yeah, nice little updated tripod part here for the threading. So that should easily, it's got to screw in your little tripod mount. And then, of course, the parts are available if you want to add that to any of your other pieces. Whoa. Got a nice little explosion here of the Qualia board, too, if you want to have that for your sketches to be able to copy any of the mounting points for your own display.
Very good.
Happy with the way we were able to make the cutout for the USB, have that underlined on a round display, and then the built-in push button for your reset here with a nice little stem that's long enough to reach the reset button here. You kind of see there's a little stem. Also acts as a little holder for the mounting plate on the back end there. Nice little bit of settings here for your PLA to print out. You're going to need some support materials because of the little push button on the inside and the cutouts for the USB, but nothing too bad. They should pop out pretty easily. Jumping into the assembly, nice and simple as well. You're just placing and aligning the display to the little cutouts for the ribbon. Those bend backwards in and then plug into the Qualia display, which then get mounted on with the little snap plate that holds the display and mounts the Qualia all in one.
Very nice.
The lid is all snap fit since these are fairly light boards, so no hardware is required for this, and it's just 3 little snaps that get attached to the little nubs on the side of the inside walls. They align to the USB port here, and then the tripod screw. Nice little simple installation for that. Just get like a flathead, or one of our spudgers also work for screwing those in. And then one of the few shots we're able to get of the radar actually working out in the open. One thing is that you are able to, in your settings, that Tom will connect to your phone, where you can set it up as a personal hotspot, and it connects right to it. So that works perfectly. I think the only setting inside of iOS that you have to set up is, I think it's like compatibility. I think it's the slide setting that you just turn on, like wide compatibility. And it works with having your S3 connect right to your phone as the hotspot.
Wow.
Able to use the your phone's hotspot to download all the info.
Wow, that is really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I did not either. At first it wasn't working, but then that option, once you turn that on, the compatibility setting, it lets you connect. First boot. So nice little walkthrough here on the use case, like how to set up your rotation inside of the keypad, and then how to type in your location for your zip. It's pretty easy to get around the navigation. It's all, it's spelt out. Once you're in like the list mode, if you tap on the left and right screen, it'll like scroll through every list, so you don't have to, keep tapping out to go to the next thing. So it's a super cool way for UX in terms of if you want to look up every one of the planes that are listed in that view. Nice little detail on how the flights are displayed. If they are provided, it will show up like from what locations they're going, and the altitude and the height and all that. It's all listed there. Your moon info is also displayed. Things like the rise and the moon set. You can get all that info there. Percentage of the illumination, and then like the type of the moon phase that you're in. Here's what what my bad luck was with this whole project. It would raise super late and then set like at a totally inconvenient time. Then with the weather, the planes like totally avoid the area, so I wasn't able to get any of those shots.
Wow.
This is why we're pushing the project back. I'm sure it'll
at least the video, yeah, like
the video
available.
And then reminder that the keypad also acts as the screen rotation. So just type in 0, 90, 180, and 270. Depending on how you have your screen set up, it will rotate your display accordingly.
Nice. Very fancy features.
Yes.
Cool.
See, reading alerts, just showing you what will happen when you actually get a flight going by. You get that pink stroked outline with your transition time or transit time. If it's going right over the moon, and then it'll show up in cyan when it will be close to it. So you should have a nice amount of time to get your focus and your tripod all nice and set up, so you can get that cool shot. We'll be trying that. Looks like the weather will clear in the next 2 weeks or so.
Right.
That's when I'll plan to release an actual moon shot footage in the video.
Yeah.
And just a couple of tips on how to set everything up. Actually, I should put in like, oh yeah, no, it's there. The shutter speed, the F, your ISO on some of the settings that it's typically used for getting a nice moon shot. It doesn't look like it, but the moon is actually moving really fast. So having a slow shutter, you're always going to get something blurry, and then having a high f stop is because it's super bright. And if you tried with your phone, you always notice that it's like completely blown out when you zoom up on it, and then having a low ISO, so you're not introducing so much noise into your image.
Yeah.
I'm trying the burst shots, so a couple of tips there.
Oh, nice.
You could check out, and then just some like troubleshooting stuff, like if your ribbon cable isn't seated all the way in, or the tabs are not being read, it's because it has the old driver, which was updated. So a bug that we reported in there and pushed into the library. So everything should be good if you you download the project bundle from the code page.
Very good.
And that is the flight tracker with Moon project.
Cool.
Moon
is the Qualia and the display in stock? Do you know? Does it show?
Let's see. It looks like the Qualia is in stock and the display is in stock.
Okay, looking good. That brings me to the coupon code. So if anyone is interested in picking up a Qualia ESP32-S3 or a round display or a compatible display, because you can swap out different displays for different projects, use our coupon code effects to get 10% off that. Very good. Cool. Brent is into the demo mode. Yeah, that's such a great idea to start adding demo modes to our projects, especially ones that require like data and stuff. Like in this case, it's the flight tracking, but in other Wi-Fi projects, you kind of want some dummy data so you can at least test the interface and stuff like that. So
yeah, it brought up a lot of, not just for filming, for UX. Like there was a new moon, and I didn't notice until I went into demo mode. I'm like, where's the moon? Oh yeah, we should probably have the moon when there's a new moon displayed as, dashed dots. So
right,
it definitely helps in terms of catching things that you would
edge cases. Yeah,
edge cases. This was all done in Fable 5, so like I was able to bring up like a whole design workspace, so I was able to go in there and like edit the radius of the UI, like how the switching between the screens looked, how they behaved as well, like the flight list, instead of going into one and then tabbing out, having the left and right arrows, having those tab through each info window instead of having to go out into the list view. You're able to use that workflow, visualize how that workflow is actually operating. So it was a good way in terms of demo mode to actually check out how that actually works. And then the way the alerts are, letting you know what is going on.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so folks, check out that guide. It is live, and in the next 2 weeks or so, we'll release a video with some actual footage.
What I just thought of too, in the actual keypad, I should have had a way to be able to switch between Wi-Fi networks. So if I type in code 01, it would go to my home network. If I type in 02, it would jump into my hotspot on my phone.
That's a good idea. Yeah, write that down. You could definitely implement that in like a day. Oh, my cat. Cool. If anyone has any other comments or questions about the project, check Discord or drop it in any of the socials and we can bring them in. All right. I'm ready for prototype. So last week we were off handling some stuff. The week before I showed the design for this new project that I'm working on. And now I have it 3D printed. So here's the enclosure design for it. So the idea is wanted to make a project that takes advantage of the new audio recording and audio effects capabilities in CircuitPython. Shout out to Tim C for doing all the work in the core to implement that. Also, folks in the community like Relic SE who implemented the effects stuff. So here's the 3D printed case. It's a multicolor print. So you have 3 colors here. Just some fun elements here. You got a speaker. You have a 45 millimeter slider. You have 2 Schottky switches here with custom keycaps. And then you have 2 analog rotary potentiometers. And then this white bar here is actually used as the screen indicator. It's got an 8-pixel NeoPixel stick. And then we have a switch here so that you can switch between read mode and read-write mode, because CircuitPython needs to be in a read-write mode in order to record audio. So I think I have it in the right mode now. Yeah. So I have these 2 little I/O indicators. Yep. So it's got a battery inside, 22 cylindrical battery, which is real nice. You got the speaker that's built in, I2S MEMs microphone in the center there. And so let's turn it on. So we have an on-off switch here. It's running off of the Feather RP2350, which is real nice. So it has a little boop a little boot chime, and that lets you know that it's ready to record. So you use the record button to record. It's going to turn red. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts. You hit the record button again to stop. The yellow means that it is writing to the CircuitPy drive, the internal drive. And then you can use the play button to play it back, and then the NeoPixels will turn green. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts. So we got two effects here. We have a reverb, and then we have a delay, which you can play around with and manipulate live as the sample is playing back. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live. And we have it looping so that you don't have to keep hitting the play button. So it just keeps looping until you hit the play button again. Really, really fun. It's just a nice little demo to show off some of the audio capabilities in CircuitPython. Nice enclosure design. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it's kind of fun. The original idea was going to be like a Talkboy kind of 1990s gadget, but I went with more of like a modern kind of guitar pedal, effects pedal. So I went with that, and I really like how it came out. I have the Learn Guide pretty much in moderation and review, so it is kind of ready to publish once Lamar takes a look at it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun working on it, and Liz, shout out to Liz Clark for doing all the code. She had a lot of fun playing around with it as well. So I actually will go ahead and just kind of run through a couple of the things. So we're using the I2S amplifier for I2S audio out, and then this is the microphone, the ICS43434, which is also an I2S device, and then here's the Feather RP2350. Got chalk key switches because they're like the low profile stuff. The NeoPixel stick, and I like this slide potentiometer because it has a center detent, which means that it'll lock into the center, which is really important because we want to be able to like go to the center to show the original pitch. Probably forgot to mention that it is shifting the pitch, which is a granular pitch shift, which is really nice, and the quality is not too bad. A couple other odd parts like toggle switch, slide switch, the potentiometers, the mini oval speaker, and I really enjoyed using these things here. These are Wago block connectors, which allows you to tie different connections together. So I was able to, with one ground wire and one voltage wire, I was able to split a bunch of different grounds. Because if you look at the circuit diagram, it is a hairy, mess of connections. But you can keep them nice and tidy and stuff with heat shrink tubings. But yeah, a lot of wired connections is not an easy project because you have a lot of voltage and grounds, and then I2S devices require up to 5 wired connections, which gets really hairy really fast. Pretty much using almost all the GPIO pins. I have a couple here that are spare, so that's nice. But yeah, a lot of wires and a nice breakdown of all the connections here. The CAD files are all available. They can be 3D printed without any support material. Got a little CAD animation there. Everything should fit in a nice, small printer, like an A1 Mini Bamboo should be able to fit it if you do one piece at a time. The multicolored parts are already set up for Bamboo Studio, but you should be able to also bring it into other slicers like Prusa and what is it, our Orca slicer. We got 3D models of the RP2350 Feather, and the I2S mic and the I2S amp are all in our GitHub repo, so you can use those if you want to reuse them in projects. That's really nice. This one is a little special because it requires, so take a look at this note here. So audio I2S in, audio file writer, and granular pitch shift. These are modules that are really, really new. So it's only available in the alpha release of CircuitPython 10.3. So until the stable release is released, you're going to have to download the alpha version to get these new audio capabilities. So if you're getting the stable release of CircuitPython, and you're like, why isn't the audio in and audio effects stuff working? It's because it's so new that it hasn't been released in a stable release yet. It's only available in the alpha, so we have that note there. Otherwise, it's installing CircuitPython onto the Feather RP2350. Code page is all done and set. You can change up all the pins and stuff, NeoPixel colors. I wouldn't want to change any of the pins because it's really particular to the wired connections, but the sample rates are all there where it's recording to. You have a max recording of 20 seconds, which you think is plenty of time. And then you can this is where you can have fun here, because we do have different effects that you can apply. So I think we have like a phaser or a chorus, but right now we're using 3 effects. We're actually using the amplifier distortion filter just to up the gain of the playback. But otherwise, like if we originally had the distortion there, it just kind of sounds, it's distortion. It sounds bad, in my opinion. So we opted in for the echo. So there's an echo. You can modify the decay and delay and the max milliseconds delay. So that's all there. And then we have the reverb, which you can change the room size and stuff like that. And then pitch shift here. You can change the pitch if you want there for like if you want to lock in the pitch, for example. But we have it mapped to the slide potentiometer. So there's a little wave file that boots up just to let you know that it's on. And then the loop pretty much uses the key pad events to monitor when the key is being pressed, whether it's the stop, the recording, or the play. It'll do the different different things. And then you have some effects controls down here where we're mapping the potentiometers to the reverb and the echo. So that's pretty much the code of it. Check it out when it gets published. And then we walk through all the wiring. So there's a lot of wires, but we have every little wire broken out so folks can thoroughly walk through it and build it. But yeah, it gets pretty hairy here. You can see it's really important to have different colored wires because then you can tell apart all the different connections. And then using the WAGO connector. Speaker, mini oval speaker. We got to chop off the unfortunately, I hate chopping these off, but it's the only way to connect it to the screw box. Yeah, I would save them. Yeah. But the wire length ended up being okay. And then the case assembly isn't too bad. It's just, snapping in the things and then screwing the 3 boards. You got the Feather RP2350, the amplifier, and a couple things get panel mounted, like the toggle switch. The NeoPixel stick gets mounted to a separate mounting bit, and then the speaker just press fits in with a tight snug fit onto the front half of the case. The I2S microphone has to be oriented in the right way so that it's the audio in port. The microphone port is like on the bottom surface. So that's why the components are facing up. I have a special key plate for the chalk key switches because they have like a special fitting, and those get mounted to the front of the case. The rotary pots just get panel mounted to the front of the case, and then same thing with the slide potentiometer. The WAGO connectors actually added a little mounting piece that you just slotted into the little holders, so nothing rattles in there. So it's nice to have a nice 3D model of the WAGO connector in the enclosure so that you can model little fittings for it. Yeah, and then after that is all assembled, you can join the 2 cases together and then add the knobs and the button keycaps. The knobs are multicolored, which is cool. I haven't done that before, so it's really nice to do like the little line indicator in a different color. And then also the front case has the white for the range of the potentiometers, and of course the LED diffuser for the NeoPixels. And then some fun icons like the little waveform and the FX just to give it some flair. Usage page just walks you through how to turn it on, how to record audio, how to play audio, how to pitch shift, how to add reverb, and how to add delay. So those were fun to put together. But yeah, that's the Learn Guide in a nutshell. Hopefully we get it published this week. Otherwise, you can see it here. Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts.
Hello, this is an audio recording test, live 3D Hangouts.
Yeah, so it's really fun. I think it'd be a great gift for the kids to build and play around with.
Perfect for Halloween.
It is. It kind of looks like a little Frankenstein. Like,
you're set to go.
Yeah, it is battery rechargeable, so you just connect USB-C here, and the feather charges the battery automatically. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. It came out like a good size and plenty of room, and it's nice and chonky, so you have plenty of room for the wires and the Wago connector. So all good there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm inspired to do more audio like effects projects. I think this is really going to up our prop game, especially with the ability to add audio in and effects to your samples. So that's really cool. So you can think about implementing like sensors and stuff to your projects, to your props and things. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like
Halloween.
Yeah, I can't wait to build it. Sweet. Yeah, man. It's going to be real fun. I'm hoping folks really have a kick out of it. It's a lot of fun.
I have a couple questions on with the 2040. The 2040, would it be able to handle the audio stuff?
I did not try. I was told by Lamore that you might as well stick with the 2350 just to, it might not be enough, but we could try it. A Relic SC thing. I don't know why everyone's dogging on my non-granular algorithm. Audio delays .pitch shift. Yeah, I didn't choose to to use the granular pitch shift. But I guess you could play around with different algorithms for pitch. I didn't know there was 2 of them. Sweet. Yeah. Again, on the 2040, you'd have to try it out. We just didn't want to run into any performance issues, so we went straight to the 2350. Yeah, I would have loved to have used the prop maker feather just because of the screw block terminals and the built-in I2S amplifier. It would have definitely reduced on wired connections, but we don't have a design yet for a prop maker RP2350. I think that'd be a great product in the future, just to cut down and have an all-in-one board. Yeah, I did think at some point when I was soldering the 20th wire, I was like, man, this would be great. Like if we just designed a custom PCB with everything built into it. But we're not there yet. This is just like a prototype to like test out the idea. Maybe in the future we'll do something, but for now, this is what we got. Yeah. Yeah, and Pedro dropped in all the links there. So most of the things are in stock, which is really nice. Speaking of which, if you want to pick up any of the stuff like the Feather RP2350, check out user coupon code effects and it'll get you 10% off your order. Very cool. I just noticed I went with the purple and it kind of goes with the aesthetic of the show.
Yeah, it looks like a Frankenstein, all ready for Halloween. The home already smells like, even outside, it was a little bit cooler at 89 degrees. It's like, oh, it feels like fall outside now.
That's funny. Pumpkin spice. Can't wait. Very cool. Very cool.
They got all the decorations. All the department stores have already started. So yeah, we're already shifting into next
Halloween
season.
mode. Yeah, looking at our summer to end. It's been so hot.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready for Jimothy? Jimothy, are you ready?
Jimothy is ready for this week's Community Makes for Timelapse Tuesday. He's the star of the internet.
It is.
There in Seattle. Scott mentioning that he lives pretty close to where he always hangs out.
Oh, that's funny.
This is super cute. I was looking for an articulated Jimothy, but settled on this fully colored one. It's got 3 colors on this guy here.
Yeah. Did you do the colors?
No. This came already painted. So
Oh, I see
three-color
it now.
design here for our very famous little meme, Jimothy.
Amazing that it stands upright. Oh no, Jimothy.
Yes, he does stand up.
Yeah,
Where he
pretty
did
well.
a scrounge.
Yeah.
Did you see the latest one where he was like parkouring? He was like jumping around, rolling.
I'm not up to date on my Jimothy parkour. Let's check out the time lapse real quick. Uh-oh. Where did it go?
Time lapse. There he is. Super cute. I should have turned on the smooth Z for the top there. You can kind of see the little stepping on the top part of the layer. It is only
Like a variable layer height? Is that what you mean?
Variable layer height, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You do see stepping right near the top of his back.
It took 5 hours to print.
No, it took 16.
Oh, it said 5 hours on the thing.
Really? I could have swore I typed it in
Maybe
there.
I read it wrong.
No, it was like 16 hours.
16 hours, yeah.
Yeah, for one.
A lot of filament changes.
I know. And it failed the first time because I like ran out of array. And I don't know if you noticed when your spool gets low, it sometimes has a hard trouble pulling and then
back,
pushing it back out when it's switching colors for whatever reason, because the spool is so light it has trouble like reeling it back in.
Yeah.
So waking up in the middle of the night to freaking fix that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is fantastic. There's a little garden. No.
Yeah.
So this is put together by NateStormArt on makeitworld.com. It is a free model. There is a full color and single color version, so you can pick those up. Pick those up. You can download those, and they say, "Here's my sculpt of everyone's favorite Cripid Jimothy. I based the pose off the video of him running away because I thought his little tangle of legs was fun to figure out and enjoy." And there's quite a few. Not quite a few.
I see that one right there, but it's not colored.
Not colored. Yeah, it looks like it's painted.
I don't know if they painted it.
Ooh, this one's smooth Jimothy.
Smooth the G.
It's like a cartoon Jimothy. It looks more like a bear.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the flexi one with the
from this
articulated artist.
Oh, okay. From the same artist. Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
Oh, hail Jimothy.
Seems like we gotta have like a famous raccoon every year. I feel like last year was the drunken raccoon that broke into the. Was that this year? I can't remember.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, for mayor, Jimothy for mayor. This is fun.
The bugged out one on the side. Oh, there he is. There's the articulated Jimothy. Right there on the right.
Oh, what? Articulated.
You already scrolled past him. He was on the right sidebar.
This one?
Yeah. No. You could. Yeah, there he is. One down. One down.
Oh, I see. I just missed it. Yeah. Oh, which Jimothy's the one for me? Oh boy. Did I lose it?
He's coming up. There he is. Huh?
There he is. Okay.
Timothy.
Flexi Jimothy. Yeah. I kind of like the post one. It looks more accurate. But it's like very, very strange.
Yeah, that I didn't realize it was a sculpt. It looks very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It creeped out the kids.
It did.
Yeah. Because of the way the arms and legs look.
Yeah. Well, it appears to be Jimothy appears like that they're in no pain, so they just have that, special I forget what the name of the
spine.
Yeah. Something with a spine, yeah. Sorry, folks, I'm not super knowledgeable on the medical term for what Jimothy has. I just know of them. So you can download your own Jimothy running sculpt, 3D print it. Thank you, NateStormArt, for giving the world, the maker 3D printing community, a model of Jimothy. Very cool. All right, here we go. Here's Jimothy. Right here. Thank you, Yanni. Of course, got a version of it. Very cute. They have won the hearts and minds of many. Cool. All right, let's go move on to community makes. We have one this week. This is a MagTag display snapfit case from Joey, who posted it up. So thank you, Joey, for posting that up. They printed it on the Prusa XL, and it looks nice. It's got the what I think is the moon phase, the phases of the moon displayed on there, which is cool. There's a waxing gibbous. Yeah, very cool. All right, that is this week's community makes. Thank you for posting that. All right, that's my hand. Hello. Do we have any other shop talks or anything? I think we're all set here.
I believe that's it.
Very good. Again, I want to let folks know, if you do want to put in an order today, we have the coupon code effects to get you 10% off your order. And of course, you got the freebies as well. If you hit those tiers, you'll get them automatically added to your cart at checkout. Very cool. All right, folks, we're going to start shutting the show down. I think tonight we're going to try to do a show and tell. That starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So come on by the Adafruit Discord server to get an invite link to show off what you're working on. It's been a couple of different Adafruit team members that have been co-host or hosting until Lamore and Phil get some time to hopefully come back and start doing the show and tell. Tomorrow is Thursday. That'll be JP's workshop. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then I believe Scott's going to do the Friday deep dive at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Mondays are the CircuitPython weekly meetings at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Tim's been doing a great job on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. He's doing his deep dives. And then right after that at 4 p.m. is JP's product pick of the week. Just a quick note about 3D Hangouts. We're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. So next week and the week after, we will be off the show. I will be moving. So thumbs up. Hope everything goes well with the rain and stuff.
Wow.
Was going to move this week, but a lot of weather happened. So hopefully the move goes well. And I think 2 weeks would be plenty of time for us to get our new spaces organized and ready for making, filming, and live streaming. So that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to more space. We'll do one last check-in to Discord. This is Jimothy. Jimothy, peace out. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, until next week.
Until the next 2 weeks.
Until the next 2 weeks. Oh man, I'm trying to time this right. Remember to make a great day. Let's see if this works. Remember to make a great day.
Remember to make it a great day.
That's the best I can do. All right, folks, we'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see everybody. Bye.